You heard it here, bro.
Yeah.
Monty's not with the shits. All right. I guess since we're talking about school, did you see the other situation somewhere in Missouri? They're one of the districts, school districts in Missouri. They're bringing back like wooden paddle whoopings when you're behaving bad in school.
Missouri.
In Missouri,
Physical abuse. Dude, like that's somebody. Okay. I'm not against. Okay.
He said we driving 30 minutes to the next district, son.
No, watch. Like, as a parent, like if you're a parent, right?
Yeah.
Me personally, I don't see the wrong in like disciplining as long as it's done responsibly, and you know what I'm saying. Like,
what about disciplining someone else's kids that aren't yours?
Okay, that's where I was getting to. As a parent, like, do we gotta do right? Like me personally, I don't judge. Other people might or whatever, but like that's your business. I hope you choose like the best method, right?
Yeah.
But if you have somebody else hitting your kid, that's fucking like that's just sounds disrespectful, and then that just like no, why would you trust somebody else like beating your kid? Like that just sounds like a fucked up situation. And teachers like they hate certain kids. They have no emotional attachment to these kids. They're just doing their job.
We can't say that.
Okay. Because no, there are some that do care. Yes.
And all of them care. They wouldn't be there if they didn't.
Of course.
Some of these teachers just hate certain kids because some of these kids are fucking assholes.
Yes, they're assholes.
And I can say that because I was one of those kids. I made sure that my teachers hated me.
Okay, but going back to what I said, they have like maybe they care, but they have less emotional like attachments to these kids. Yeah. That was my point. That they just have like very low or like zero, right? So if they hate someone, they hate him on a different level than like what a parent would hate him at.
Yeah.
And so imagine you have that person out whipping your kid, you know? What if it's like some big ass fucking the football coach teacher or whatever? The football coach teacher's never like even really that fit. No, but what if it's like a big ass like buff ass teacher and then that fool's whipping your son or your daughter?
That's the thing. Like to me, the first thing that comes to mind is like there's a bunch of weird fucking teachers already that get caught fucking some of these students, right?
Yeah.
A lot of teachers.
I never hear about that like on the news, but
bro, obviously
I'm sure it happens. Like we've all heard of the joke of like oh the teacher fucked the fucking high schooler or whatever. We've all heard about that like through rumors, but like not like.
I went to at Dana Hills. There was a teacher. I don't know the teacher's name. This happened before I even got there, but he was a Spanish teacher, and it happened. They got him the fuck out of there. At Capo, there was a fucking history teacher that did it. They got him the fuck out of there.
I think there was someone at Capo that like waited till like the girl turned 18.
That was a science teacher.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember hearing about that.
Bro, that was fucking weird. The science teacher was a teacher where, say your science teacher was your teacher, you graduated, and then you married your science teacher in the future. And now you're the nurse at the school.
Damn, they both still work there? Well, they did it the legal way. They did it the responsible way.
That's fucking hella weird, bro. Like,
I mean, yeah, but at the same time, like...
what are these teachers are going to take, like you said, they're just going to take advantage of it.
I mean, if you're that much older, like, you possibly, like, can, right?
Yeah. And think about it. We were worse with some teachers because we hated them. I'm sure they're worse with some kids because they don't fucking like them either, you know?
Yeah.
Like...
There are racist teachers out there.
And that's just low-key, like, embarrassing. Like, you're just embarrassing a child in front of 30 other kids.
Yeah. And that, like, in all seriousness, like, embarrassment, if you purposely, like, embarrass someone or whatever, like, that can literally crush, like, a spirit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it does more harm, like, than it does good, I feel like.
Okay, so another way that would kind of be embarrassing, but I thought helped, I was listening to a little podcast. It was like DJ Academics and Vlad TV, but Academics is from Jamaica. And he said over there, every time the teacher gives you a grade, like, you know what you get, but everyone else knows what you get too.
They can see.
Like, pretty much, you could tell, like, all the grades are posted and it's by names. Like, you could tell.
Yeah, you go and it's like
the
posted
best
on the
student and then the worst student. So you know who the smartest one is, and then the
Yeah.
dumbest kid is in the class. I think that's kind of a good way to do it. You don't want to be the kid
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
bottom of the list.
That's
it's
good.
embarrassing, but it's not fucking humiliating.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, it's like it's kind of motivation. Like, okay, what do I need to do to get like, better score next time or get higher on the list or whatever, right?
Unless they get like professional spankers.
Professional speak. Like you come in, fucking, you put a glove on, like some powder or some shit.
Nah, but it's a paddle. It's a wooden paddle. I don't know.
God.
Even
Dude, in Mexico, they get like the top of the
No, but-
bottle caps.
yeah,
They put it on like their hands and then they like,
smack you.
yeah.
Nah, that's torture. Like even at work. So at
Yeah.
work, when there's little kids that come in, like we give them lollipops after their haircuts.
Yeah.
There's a lot of moms because the kids, they see a big ass jar of candy, they want to take like multiple, but like our rule is just one.
Okay, look at this. When I was younger, I would never, like, every time there was candy at the doctor's, I would only take one. I never was I like, oh, there's candy, I'm gonna take a fucking shit ton of
Exactly.
candy. Like,
You were just taught that though.
yeah.
But back to like the hitting and shit. A lot of the moms were like, smack him in the hand. It doesn't matter. Like, I don't care. I'm like, whoa, like
They're over the kid.
I'm not gonna smack the little kid in the hand.
Yeah, of course not.
But there's people that are okay with people getting like being like disciplined to their kids. Like,
Yeah, there are some really good parents in this world, and then there are some really shitty parents.
do
in
you
this
think that's
world.
a shitty parent though? Like the kid obviously knows not to fucking take a shit ton of candies if the mom is smacking them in the hand for it. Like, don't be selfish.
Okay.
That's
Well,
the,
yeah, but okay. Like if the mom is smacking the kid, hey, like don't take 6 lollipops or whatever,
No,
you know. But if the mom is going, oh, oh, just slap him in the hand, like or whatever,
It's okay.
then that's a shitty. Like that to me is kind of like, I don't know. I wouldn't do that as a parent. To me, that's a shitty parent. Personally.
You think so? Okay, well, I have an aunt that there's a party. When there's a party, she'll go, oh, I don't care whose kids it is. I'm gonna fucking like spank them, and I don't care who tells me shit. You know, like I don't care if it's my kids, your kids. Like if my kids do some shit, like make sure you fucking spank them.
Well,
But-
that's an aunt. That's part of the family.
Yeah,
But a
Fuck
fucking
that.
barber, like I don't even fucking know you. Like I'm not gonna let you smack my kid.
Yeah, but I mean, the people come in. It's obviously not like the first time I've seen these people. Like, but fuck that. I'm not letting my fucking brother or sisters hit my kid.
No, yeah. So are you gonna let like? Are you okay with having someone else hit your kid? No, right?
It depends.
Like
Because
a
sometimes I'm
barber.
like, maybe
you-
not like fucking abuse the kid, but like, hey, just take one.
Okay.
I don't know.
My question
I
is,
would say no.
okay, so I think that's a shitty parent. Someone that tells someone else to hit their kids. What about you? Do you think that would be like a shitty parent?
I don't think it would be. I don't think it's a shitty parent.
Okay, yeah, maybe shitty's the wrong word.
'Cause
Shitty's
it's
the wrong
like,
word.
Obviously,
Because you obviously are good enough to take him out to go get his haircut and you care about him, obviously, right?
Yeah.
But that's just, to me, that seems kind of like wrong.
okay, so this is, I guess, let me explain what happened. So, finish the haircut, they pay, they're walking now, and he tells his mom while they're at the door, I'm at the back of the barber shop, keep in mind. While they're at the door, this kid knows that he gets a lollipop all the time, but he didn't get one. While he's at the door, he's like, can I get a lollipop? She turns around and asks me, can he have a lollipop? I said, yeah. And she's always telling me, make sure he only takes one.
Okay.
He goes and like grabs a handful, and I'm like, buddy, only one. And he's like, not listening. I was like, buddy, your mom said only one. I told him like 4 or 5 tid.
Yeah, yeah.
Not in a mean way or anything.
Yeah.
And then I don't want to say the kid's name or anything.
No,
but
of course.
she calls him by his name, and she's like, only one. And he starts crying, and he's like not listening. And she's like, make sure he only gets one. If he has more than one, just smack him in the hand and take him away from him. Like,
Okay, that doesn't seem like bad. That
she
seems
didn't say fucking spank my kid with a
Okay.
wooden paddle.
Yeah, that's different. I don't know how extreme we were talking about this. But obviously you wouldn't smack his hand. You would just like maybe take him away if it came to that, right?
Depends on how much he moved.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
No, but okay. At the end of the day, in my opinion, it shouldn't be anyone else's responsibility to like,
Punish your kids.
yeah, like you should be teaching them, and it's your job to make sure that they're out and they're respectful. You have to teach them about respect and kind
That's
of
fair.
shit like that, right? It's your responsibility.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be someone else's responsibility.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
Yeah.